All right.
All right. So what's going on, everybody? This is Doug Jenkins. I'm here with Mr. Morpheus. And today we got Andy Cardenas. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Now
Thank
you have. Let me run through some of these. You're a Grammy award winning. You have albums. How many? One, two.
Boyz II Men and Bob James and David Sanborn, Double Vision. That won a Grammy for Best Jazz Fusion.
Nice, man.
So I engineered on that. I assisted on it. And then Boyz II Men, I tracked and mixed. Unfortunately, a lot of times these record companies don't get the credits right. I'm sure you know about that, Sean. I've done so many records I didn't get credit on. It's
we know about that.
Exasperating.
So it also what's that, Sean?
We definitely know about that part of the game.
Oh yeah, they take your name right on off of it. Mm-hmm. So it also says multi-platinum, multi-number ones.
Yep.
And top 40 records.
Yes.
So which ones were those?
Donnell Jones, I Got a Man. Donnell Jones, You Know What's Up. Positive K, I Got a Man. Rough Ends, No More Shopping Sprees. Little Kim and Little C's Crush on You.
Nice.
I got a link for all my mixes that I could find on YouTube.
Okay.
I could share that with you guys at some point.
Yeah.
But that's just like a good handful of stuff. I did a bunch of Madonna remixes. I did Justify. I'm engineer on those. Go Hatoda, tremendous mix engineer. He mixed Justify. He did a tremendous job, I thought.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
I cut my teeth at Media Sound, working with top shelf celebrities and artists, and then went on to I was on call from like 3-4 other studios as an assistant. I was on call with a beeper with from Media, Shakedown, Arthur Baker Studio, Quad, and Unique. Mm-hmm. And then
that's when ain't that when you did the Biggie Smalls, right?
I did Biggie Smalls over at Daddy's House studio for his what was that? Something Live and Die or something?
Yeah, Ready to Die.
Right.
Man. So you got the list, man. We appreciate you being on, and Mr. Morpheus said you guys been friends, went way back. Might let you take center stage.
That wonderful R&B vocal group.
Yeah. Foursome D's, I was in.
What was it called?
What, Foursome D's?
Foursome D's, yo, man, you guys are tight, man.
I told Doug, Andy, that you're the one that started me on engineering. I always said, because he asked me, who started your engineering? I said, my man Andy Cardenas is the one who started me to learn engineering. And I give credit to you, my brother. And
you give me credit or you give me curse?
All I heard was credit. I heard credit behind the scenes. Yeah. So, but no, this is like a educational / podcast we're starting. It's called What We Talking About. We're really appreciative to get guys like yourself on here, Andy. And we just want to talk about, like today's recording, like we were sort of talking about on the phone. But I wanted to get your take on this. How technology, the importance of recordings, capturing. Morpheus, you can jump in, man, and bullet it down. But that was my goal, and maybe bring some education to some people. What do you think, Morpheus?
Yeah, I think so. That's a conversation that we always talk about a lot is. And the reason why we do that, because we get a lot of times, we get, projects or people that send you stuff to mix, and it wasn't captured good, on the front end, and they expect us to make miracles on the back, right? And we're like, oh, man, I wish they could have tracked that better, or I wish I would have tracked that, or whatever it may be. So I think that's one of the things that's missed a lot, especially in this day and age. And everybody seems to think, clean it up in the mix. We could do it in the mix. You know what I mean? And they don't focus on the front end. You know what I mean? And so, Andy, when we was talking, the day when you was just describing your front end, it's like, there you go. So
Yeah.
if you could speak to that, that would be amazing.
Well, absolutely right. A great front end is very important. But of course, what you're putting in front of that equipment is what people don't realize, the content.
Yeah.
Oh, I wrote this record. I think it's kind of hooky. I'm going to record it. And, I spent X, Y, Z. And hey, can you look? Half the time, the record, the composition isn't even half as good as the equipment that's in front of them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, having great front end is important, but then it's important if you're lucky enough to get projects that actually have great content and says, wow, yeah, because you can't polish a turd.
You can't.
You just get a shiny turd. So Monday I have 2 Chandler cassettes coming on board. I just did bass overdubs last night with the Manly core and a Hartkey 12-inch cab mic'd up with an 87 going to the Manly core, and then a nice 57 just going to a Mackie Onyx, and then the DI is a radial. So there's 3 bass tracks, and he's a guitar player, and it's his project, and he's got to be pleased with it. This is like the 3rd time we redid bass because he wasn't happy with the performance and the articulation. So we think we got it last night, and it's a fun project. He's a great carpenter and musician, songwriter. So we're kind of like, swapping time and stuff. It's great.
Yeah. So you said when we were on the phone, you said you were so you got a new studio and it's actually being built. And,
I purchased a loft, an artist loft, I don't know, 10 years ago, and I've been slowly building it out and getting it up to a level, gear-wise of high-end, high quality. So, it's still a work in progress, but I can render finals that I feel are finals here, and my clients have just, say it's fantastic. Wow, it's just raised it up a couple more bars, and because what I do is the last project was a mix. One of my graduate students mixed it, and he stemmed it out to 8 stereo tracks. I summed it in my Chandler mixer.
Okay, hold up. Stop for a second. That's something we got to get on. So, you said students. Let the people know. So you're a teacher.
I'm an educator. Yep.
At where?
Purchase College, State University, New York.
Awesome. So you run the program there.
I'm the chief engineer. I run like all 10 studios and the 5 instructional classroom labs and stuff. So I keep all the studios humming and chugging along and not buzzing.
So I think it's safe to say you know what you're doing.
He's got a little bit of...
I hope so, because like back in the late 90s, I was getting close to being on the A-list call list to mix.
Mm-hmm.
And then the crazy MP3 debacle happened, and everybody started shutting down, and a lot of work was being lost. And then when I got the gig at SUNY, it was like, shit, I just won Win for Life Lotto.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So I've been there. I'm tenured, and good Benny's package. And a lot of my friends who are, great engineers as well, kind of abandoned the art form and the business, if you could call it a business. But
Yeah.
yeah, I've been an educator for over 20 years, and I'm glad I got that opportunity because I still get to do what I love
Amazing.
and give back to the community that I love, making music. Elevating your game from being a musician to being a composer to being an engineer, producer. So we just doubled our enrollment to like over 200 students this past semester. So it's
Wow,
been
man.
nuts. It's been crazy.
So when you do that, so you were talking right before that about the Chandler. So you sum the mixes. So like to get to this side of it, like so you take your outputs and sum the mix.
Yeah, so there's stereo drum stem, there's a stereo bass or mono bass or whatever, and then there's stereo guitars, stereo keys, background vocals, lead vocal, hopefully mono, and then so 8 groups of the track, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
So then I bring it into my 16 channel Chandler mixer, and that is a model of the Abbey Road EMI consoles of the 60s and 70s. So the transformers are like all hand wound.
Oh yeah.
So the fatness, the depth, and just the wonderful transient response out of the mixer. It's like sitting behind an SSL or Neve desk. It's like,
Gotcha.
wow, finally when I got the mixer, yeah, this is what it's supposed to sound like.
Yeah.
So when I started mixing and summing it out, just using different channels for each instrument, there was far more clarity, definition, openness, and just the stereo image.
Yeah.
So I'm convinced. I mean, I give major credit to the cats that are doing it in the box. I hear Serban is now all in the box, and he's always done great mixes.
So yeah, Andy, I got to tell you, man, I do a similar thing. I have a 5059 from Neve. So it's
Nice.
the satellite, and I do the same thing, and I noticed the same exact thing you're talking about. There's sort of a depth. Now, I know the Chandler, anything I've heard Chandler sounds incredible. And you said you had those cassettes coming. So those are the pre's with the compressor, EQ, everything, right?
Yep.
And that's in your loft. So you got a massive setup. And then you said, I believe you said apogee conversion. So you're going to be running that. I mean, that's a great setup, man. Tracking, that's a front end that, that's what we were speaking about, like when we get these projects and they're recording with a budget interface or something, it's really hard to compete. So, do you see people able to compete? What's your take on that? I mean, is it a losing battle? What do you think about that? You know where I'm going with that question?
Yeah. What's the? Can you clarify the question?
Yeah,
a little more.
Like, do you record? Would you recommend if an artist is really serious, has great music, has the content? Do you recommend any kind of recording at home, and then bringing it to a studio like yours to do a STEM session like that, or is it all the way from the beginning? Do you see yourself?
I do recommend that. Sorry to cut you off, but I do recommend, if the artist producer is happy with their mix, they think it's rocking, and they want to step it up a little bit more, I suggest them to bring it to my place, and we'll do some pre-mastering, stem mixing, and a little tweaking. I just did that with one of my projects, a student who graduated, and really talented cat. He played drums, he played the bass, he played the guitar, recorded everything in his basement, gave it to my student, Dan. Dan did an excellent job with what he had, and gave it to me, handed it off to me.
Yeah.
And then it's funny because you see all these questions on the forums. How do you know? Do you spend 3 hours on a mix, 12 hours on a mix, 30 hours? I says as long as it takes. A good mixer knows when the main pass final is ready.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So he brought his main pass final sounds to me like vocal tucked, like the vocal is tucked still in the track. So my final, he was like, yeah, I still think the vocal is loud. And I was like, I think it's perfect. It's perfect now. This is the final, man. This is it. And he says, okay, I trust you. So we printed it, sent out the mixes to the artist who sang it and played everything. And he was saying, fantastic. I love it. That's it. Dan, do your little mastering touch to it. And it's probably just like SPL iron or.
Right.
And it was just perfect. So Dan thought it was a vocal up mix, right? I called it main pass final. And then we did a vocal up. You know what I mean? And then we did a vocal down.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then the other stems, instrumental with backgrounds, and then I think I may have even done a vocapella just for the heck of it.
Gotcha. Yeah. So that answers my question for sure. Yeah, that's like, I mean, in the difference once you hit that equipment, and obviously, I mean, we can't give all the glory to the equipment. I mean, you've been engineering for years and years, so you understand what you're listening for in your environment.
Let me ask this question. What do you think about the argument that some people are making? I see a lot in forums who seem to think in their argument, or their argument is that you don't need outboard equipment today.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
What do you think about that argument?
Well, look, if you can afford it, that's great. However, today's degree of accuracy and modeling are so damn close, with plugins and all, like I said, if you can afford, look, when you pass a signal through those gold, silver, platinum joints, and it's going through hand-wound transformers and iron and all that stuff. From what I understand about modeling, it's very difficult to really 100% capture that iron sound, that hand-wound transformer sound. They've gotten very, very close. I mean, I love the Plug-in Alliance SSL channel strips, the Neve and Focusrite channel strips. Man, that shit sounds great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Plug-in Alliance has some really, really great plugins. So it's just a matter of.
Sure. So some of your plugins that you like are Plug-in Alliance. How about Fab Filter?
I love Fab Filter.
Right. Have you done
Isotope, Sound Toys?
Oh yeah.
Right. Have you tried the Control Hub?
No.
Oh.
Control Hub for
it models hardware. I mean, it's almost like it's like an exchange, isn't it, Morpheus? It's like an exchange. You can model and clone a piece of hardware, and it's.
You were telling me about that. Yeah. So you modeled a certain setting and you saved it, and then now you have as many instances as you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah. That's pretty neat.
And it's damn close. I mean, it's so close, it's scary.
Now let me ask Andy. Andy, I got to ask you. So I do have a summing mixer, like I said. That is one thing that I cannot reproduce in the box. I mean, that's one thing that I've heard. Like, if you sum it through a Chandler, I mean, there's a space and a warmth and like you were talking about. That's hard to get.
Yep.
And that's what I've been noticing with this 5059, this Neve.
Yep.
It's just, so my recommendation would be, if you have the converter channels, you want to stay in the box. summing is a big difference. I believe it, 100%.
I agree. I mean, it took me what, 10, at least 10 years as an assistant and an first engineer, learning behind CLA, Andy Wallace, Alan Meyerson, all these, Michael Brow, all these great engineers I assisted back in the day.
Yeah.
And, I got to hand it to, cats that are doing it all in the box, and it sounds pretty damn fucking spanking.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's just not happening yet in the box. I have to try a full in the box mix and just maybe monitoring, digitally and see what happens. Because I got an Avocet 2A.
Okay.
So I have the Chandler outputs coming back to the bay, as well as, stereo 1 on the Avocet, and then aux 1 is the input of the two master pass channels.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not hearing the Chandler twice on playback or checking the integrity of the mix.
Okay.
So
yeah, that's nice to have, where you can switch between that.
Yeah. So for myself, I have to do some experimentation in the box. Prior to this hybrid system, that was back in the 192 days. And even so, I had to buy the Big Ben clock for the 192 system just to get sample accurate playback, because otherwise it almost always sounded like there was a blanket over my mix. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's not good.
So
Yeah.
that's what's still upsetting. I wonder if the new MTRX, that's the Swiss company that's building these new interfaces, I think they're Ethernet or something, interfaces for the new Avid systems,
Yeah.
if it's sample accurate playback.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard
So
those were pretty
Apogee
top shelf.
Yeah. Apogee spec is sample accurate playback. I think Burl is sample accurate playback. There's a bunch of interfaces.
Yeah, that's why I have Burl myself, and that's why I went with Burl.
Right.
At the time. I
Right.
thought the converter sounded amazing. It was one of the closest to tape.
Right. That's why I got Apogee. That's what they were saying about Apogee, and that's Bob Clearmountain. So
Yeah.
I
He's one of
figured,
that like I said, Andy, I had the Apogee, and those are incredible converters. And here's a question for you. The converter, I believe it dictates the plugin and how the plugin's going to respond. We have I had a lot of like videos on that about, the better the converter, the better the plug. So it's like the better the clock, the better the conversion, the better your digital sounds.
Yep.
And I think that's where a lot of the home-based studios are falling short, and the importance of conversion. Like, I use Antelope. I think they're all top companies we're talking about here. But yeah, that's a big deal. I think it's a necessity, it's not on the want list. You sort of need it if you want to mix at that level.
For your listeners and, newbies or whatever with the home studios or what have you, or looking to upgrade to some good equipment that doesn't cost an arm and a leg. I've got Focusrite Red 8s in two out of 10 rooms that are all Avid interfaces.
Okay.
And then I have another Scarlett in my recital booth that streams recitals with a 1073 front end from DPA 2011s. That's in my recital booth in my streaming rig.
Yeah.
But I love Focusrite stuff. It's really high quality. The price is great.
Yeah.
The only drag for me, and it shouldn't be for the other guys, is because they have good customer service and it's free. so they can
Gotcha.
log onto your computer. That GUI for the app for the Focusrite stuff, man, you'll have a stroke just looking at it. What the freak is
So hey,
this?
I'm doing a video after this one for Black Lion. It's they came out with a thing called the Revolution EXP. It's like an 8-channel converter, and it sounds good, man. So yeah, I think Focusrite and you said the red, right?
Yeah.
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 So,
I used to have the whole Focusrite 7, the red 7 back in the days. That's Rupert Neve as well, isn't it? Focusrite.
Yep, he started it, but then it got bought out again. So,
Okay.
but I
So
tell you,
Focusrite is, that's his design. That's still his design, correct?
well, the Focus he founded Focusrite.
Okay.
yeah.
So I don't know how much the new Focusrite bought his designs and so forth, but it's still great. It still sounds great. It's just their GUI is really whacked. But I tell you, if you want incredible bang for your buck, go out and buy a frickin' Behringer X32
You ain't kidding.
digital console
You ain't
with
kidding.
Midas front end.
Yep.
My God. I think I was mentioning it to you guys last conversation. We did a shootout with a Behringer X32 and a laptop versus API 1608 going to Avid HD.
Yeah.
Okay, so we split the mics to the Behringer and to the API and let the different systems do their own conversion and stuff. And we created one session out of all of them, or 2 different sessions, and had the students A/B it. You know what? 9 out of 10 times the kids like the Behringer.
Really?
In other words, you really couldn't hear the $80,000 difference of the API, $50,000 API console
Wait, say
and the
that.
$30,000 Avid stuff.
Talk about saving money.
So I can't tell you how many of my students bought that console. And it also comes in a rack mount too that you can control with an iPad. So if you do a lot of recording or live stuff, you have your little home studio with a bunch of mic inputs and stuff.
That's the Behringer what?
It's an
X32.
Yeah. That's a popular one for I've helped churches, bands. It's so much bang for the buck.
Where do you get 40-bit resolution at the stereo bus for like $2,500, $3,000?
You don't nowhere. That's why I think
channel. Maybe you spend like 4 or 5 with the Midas front end. Right. But it's worth it. It's definitely worth it.
Behringer definitely stepped their game up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because prior to that, Behringer was dog meat.
Yeah.
Sure.
Their stuff was bad.
I think my iPhone thought I was giving a thumbs down. I don't know why it went like this. But no, they have the X32, and then Midas actually makes another one, right? That's like right above that.
Wing something. We have that at school too.
Okay. And you're saying that's nuts. So the students really, they chose the Behringer.
Yep.
Man.
And they were like, "What's the difference? I hear a little difference from this set than this set, but they're very, very close." It's like, where do I spend my money? Oh, I'm going to spend my money on the Behringer.
Yeah.
All day. Yeah, that's amazing. Well, kudos to Behringer.
Yeah.
Kudos to Behringer and what you guys did over there with your technology.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I don't know. I was just man. We're appreciative you're even on here, man. We're just I think people are gonna love the content.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah. I don't know, Morpheus. You got any other questions? I think, man, just getting you to talk about some of this stuff was awesome.
Yeah, one day when we get a chance, we'd like to do another show where you got, where your camera's working and we can see your room. Because I would love to see your room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure. I'll get like a USB cam or something with a built-in mic or something, and since it's like this is fairly easy. It's a browser. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And you were talking a little on the phone. You said like you had a nice drum room. I mean, tall ceilings.
Yeah, I got 18-foot ceiling,
Yeah.
and what is it wide? Maybe like 15 wide, and then front to back, it's might be 60 feet.
Wow. That's a big. Yeah, that's a nice room.
Yeah, it's a nice room.
Yeah. Well, Andy, man, I'm not going to hold you up. I mean, Morpheus, you got any other questions, man? We appreciate you even coming on here.
I want to say thanks, man, for coming on, man. And next show that we do, where we have you on, we can take it. I'll find something very interesting to talk about to help educate. Because this channel is really designed for education purpose, to help educate. You know what I mean? Like you said, the newbies.
Yeah, I'm in. It'll be cool if next time we can kind of sync up my studio computer.
Okay.
And if questions and examples are needed or whatever, it can pull up a session or something and
Awesome.
do
That
an
would be
example
awesome, man.
on screen and stuff. So
Yeah, that'd be great.
Hey, I got one more question, man. I mean, before this thing started. Are you eating steak and lobster tonight?
yeah, surf and turf, baby.
I was just wondering.
Tonight.
All right. Yeah, we won't hold you any longer. Oh, you had mashed potatoes too, right?
I got the garlic mash on the list too.
All right, that's all we needed to know.
So Sean, I had a quick question for you. So Sean, right?
Yeah.
So have you been using my vocal chain?
What vocal chain?
Last time we spoke, we were talking. You asked me about the vocal chain. How do I get my vocal? And I was talking about. Well, I do the Avalon and this and that. So, I got the Avalon with the UA stuff.
Right. Yeah, in fact, I know you're talking about. Yeah, I saved that as what you gave me. I saved that as a preset, so I do have that as a vocal chain, and it's called AC for Andy's vocal chain.
I need the vocal chain
Because Kazrog just released the Avalon 737 plugin, and
Really?
it's pretty good.
You think so?
Yep, it's pretty good. Yep.
Cool. I got the 747 that they released also, and I was like, ooh.
Kazrog or UA?
No, it's not Casra or UA. It's what's the name of the company?
Oh yeah, Kazrog. That's a great company. They got that iron, true iron, don't they?
Who made that? I'm trying to remember the company that made that. When they did the 747. Is who is that? You got the Avalon Design. Is Avalon Design? Yeah, it's Kazrock. Yeah, Kazrock.
Yep.
They did.
I got that plugin. Yep, 737, 747. I got that.
I like.
It's pretty cool.
What do you think about the 747?
I think it's the same plugin. I think it's all the same thing. One's black, one's 7. I just bought the first Kazrock. 737. Whatever. I started using it on this project. Okay, that's doing what I wanted to do. Cool.
I like the top end. I like the high end of that 747. I really like the air that the top end of that.
Yeah.
Another cool plugin I just saw.
The 747 has always been known. You know what I mean? As using that for the top end. I mean, Teddy Riley used to use that a lot, always for the high end. If nothing else, the high end. Yep.
What, the 47?
Yep.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I didn't know that. You just taught me something, man.
Let's see, Kazrog.
Watch this. This is it right here. Let me share my screen, and if I can do that, look at this.
I guess this is new.
Share it, man.
Here you go. I'm sharing right now. Let me in, Doug. That.
I have to look at mine if I got the 730 or the 7 or the 747. I just got the Avalon. I just went and bought it when I first saw it come out.
Right. So this is the one right here.
This is cool. $77.
Yeah.
I gotta go get that.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah, all their plugs sound good. They got that. What's the one? True Iron. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
They said that was pretty good.
This company, Casrock has actually put out some very good product. Very, very, very good product.
Yeah. Well, shoot, man. We'll have to keep doing these, man. Like Andy, like we said, man, we appreciate it. I think you got a lot of knowledge, man. So anything you can add, I'm appreciative. And if you want to give me your vocal chain, that'd be cool. I'm just messing with you.
Where is it now? StreamWorld back here. How do I? Damn, where did you guys go?
You can hear us though?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we'll end this one, man. We're going on about 35 minutes, but yeah, we'll be over for the crab legs and stuff. But
how do I hear? I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah,
check that out. Free. This sounds really promising. I really like this free plugin.
Hold on. Let me click on that.
I got it right here. This is
Snare Buzz.
That's free. And if you just watch the video and the demo, it's like, whoa, that's pretty
present
tight.
That, Sean.
Yeah, want me to share this?
Yeah, present that for everybody out there.
Let me share. This looks amazing right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Snare Buzz.
Kind of tight.
That looks amazing.
Oh, yeah.
It just gives that nice buzz.
And it's free?
Yep. I'm going to get it now when we hang up.
Yeah, I use Plugin Boutique a lot. They run the deals, man.
Okay, y'all. Look at that. We gave y'all a gift.
Free plugin. If you stay to the end, you got a free plugin courtesy of Andy.
That's right.
So, all right, man. Hey, I appreciate both you guys, and yeah, we appreciate you once again, Andy. Can't thank you enough, man.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, so, Morpheus, man, you want to end this up and
so until next time, we will be back with another show in education.
All right. All right. We'll see you guys.
Okay, guys.
Peace.
Okay. Awesome.